Hatching eggs can be tricky, even for chickens. It's nature's way that sometimes not all eggs hatch. You have to take care of the temperature, the humidity, ventilation, and the turning of the eggs. But don't worry, with this video and your teacher's help, hopefully you'll have a few healthy chicks in no time. Keeping the incubator at an even temperature is the most important thing. The ideal temperature for incubating eggs is 37.5 degrees Celsius. Overheating the incubator is worse for the eggs than underheating it, so make sure you check the temperature regularly. If your eggs have just been shipped, they need to settle for at least 24 hours in a safe place at room temperature before you set them in the incubator. If you have to store your eggs for some reason before setting them in the incubator, aim for a storage temperature between 13 and 16 degrees with a relative humidity of 75 to 80%. If the eggs are stored, let them come to room temperature for 6 to 8 hours before placing them into the preheated incubator. It's important to never store these eggs in the refrigerator. It's much too cold for a fertilized egg. If the incubator is at the right temperature and has been set up with water and your egg is room temperature, you're ready to go. The eggs need to be turned twice a day so the chick doesn't stick to the shell. Some people like to put an X on one side of the egg and an O on the other, or number them 1 to 12 to help you remember if an egg has already been turned or not. Eggs require a lot of turning, so marking them can really help. Next, you need to gently place the eggs on the rack and then put the thermometer near the eggs to get the best temperature reading. The temperature in the incubator might drop when you first put your eggs in, but don't worry. It will adjust itself as the eggs warm up. Even if it does drop, make sure you don't adjust the temperature for the first 24 hours after the eggs go in. I know we're talking a lot about temperature, but that's because it's what makes chicks grow well. Some incubators have egg turners right inside that will turn the eggs for you. Don't worry if yours doesn't have one though. Turning them yourself is just fine. Remember to always wash your hands before and after you've handled the eggs. Germs from your hands can hurt the chicks. The humidity in the air affects the shell of the eggs. For the first 18 days, keep water in the shorter moisture trough. When you add more water, make sure it's warm, around the same temperature as the incubator. During the last 3 days, the eggs will need a little bit more humidity. The higher humidity lessens the chance of the chick's beak sticking to the shell when it's breaking out or pipping. To increase the humidity, just add water to both moisture troughs on day 18. All living things need fresh air, right? Well, eggs do too. As the embryos grow inside the shells, they take oxygen in through their shell and release carbon dioxide out through their shell. We need to make sure the carbon dioxide doesn't build up in the incubator. All you have to do is take out one of the 2 vent plugs 3 days after setting the eggs and leave it out until they hatch. The last 3 days are very exciting because this is when your eggs should hatch. If there's condensation on the incubator during this time, just remove the second plug. Hang on to the plugs though, because you'll need to return them later with the incubator. When a hen lays an egg, she turns them constantly to make sure that the embryo doesn't stick to the shell as it grows. You'll need to turn the egg at least 2 times each day, once at the beginning of the day and once at the end of the day. You'll want to keep a calendar ready because on the 18th day, you'll want to stop turning or handling your eggs in any way. The last time you turn the eggs, you can place some cheesecloth in the bottom of the incubator to make it easier to clean once the eggs hatch. With any luck, your eggs should start to hatch on the 21st day. Don't worry if they're a little early or a little late.